Greetings everyone and welcome back to this special episode of Tough Toy Tryouts. If you're new here, think about hitting that subscribe button, and if you're really feeling saucy today, click that bell icon to receive alerts whenever we post something to the channel. Why is this episode special, you ask? Well, we're doing things a little differently from now on, and we'll explain that in a bit, but first let's introduce this week's toy. If you're an avid watcher of the show, you'll know all about Nylabone and their USA-made nylon chew toy products. This week we're taking a look at their largest DuraChew product, simply called Big. This chew toy is the strongest product Nylabone makes, and it's chicken flavored to boot. They say with chew toys, the bigger the better, as it promotes chewing from the side instead of trying to inhale the whole thing, and you can't get much bigger than this. So now that we know what toy we'll be testing, let's gently hand this toy on over to Story, because tossing it might knock her out, and see how it does after a week's heavy abuse. Oh, but first, back to why this episode is special. In lieu of gags and phony commercials, this episode will kick off the switch to more informative and fun projects you can do. This week, we'll be teaching you how to make some easy dog treats, which we'll be including in a super special episode next week. And here it is, all chewed up, and who knows what's all stuck to this thing. We knew this thing would survive, but how well did it perform? Let's kick things off with safety, where this big chew receives a 3. As with most Nylabone products, you really want to keep an eye on your dog during their chew sessions. Bits of nylon will come off, but generally these are pretty safe to swallow. Once you start getting chunks larger than a grain of rice, however, you'll want to remove it. Luckily that didn't happen thanks to the sheer size of this toy, but it's not one you should leave alone with your pet. Next on the docket is design, and I feel this toy has earned a 4. It's super strong and flavored, and the fact that it's so large kept Story from really destroying this one down to a nub. The only issue we had was that Story wanted us to play fetch with it from time to time, and we obviously couldn't throw this thing around without putting holes in the wall. But that's not the toy's fault. The only thing that could make this toy even better would be adding little bumps to help clean teeth. Moving on to longevity, this toy gets an easy 5. Unless your dog is massive enough and strong enough to crack this thing in pieces, it's going to last quite a while. That said, it's far too heavy and too large, and didn't keep Story's attention enough to warrant keeping it around after this week, so you likely won't be seeing it again. And finally we come to the price, which at $8.83 on Chewy is surprisingly low for such a large Nylabone product, and therefore receives a 4. If your dog is a super aggressive chewer and at least 35 pounds, this toy is well worth the money. So, after changing out the old corroded batteries out of my beloved TI-83 calculator and playing a game of Drug Wars, I've determined that the Nylabone Big DuraChew receives a 4 out of 5 bones. This is a true powerhouse of a toy that should stand up to all but the most aggressive of chewers, and the price really warrants that you give it a go. Just remember to monitor your dog's play, or the price won't include a trip to the vet's office. And that's where we end this week's episode. Before you head out, be sure to let us know if you liked the new format by hitting that like button and leave a comment down below. And if you really liked it, do us a huge favor by sharing with your friends and get the word out about the channel. Until next time, we hope you have an incredible week, and thanks for watching.